I am Jambari Moreau. We're here live at Dallas Wings Media Day 2025. We're taking a quick break from the normal grueling days and dog days at training camp. The Dallas Wings, they've already played against the Las Vegas Aces. In a few days, they'll be playing against the Japanese national team. As you can see, it's a lot of excitement behind me. We got Paige Bueckers in the building, DJ Carrington, Arike Ogunbowale. It's a lot of good things. And the Wings is looking like a completely different team this year. Make sure you sub to the YouTube, check this out, and peep some of these interviews that we got from everybody on the team.
Yeah, for me, obviously, it's not as much as in my past with schematics and schemes that they're undergoing, but looking at the intangibles. Who's impacting winning is what I'm sitting there evaluating every day in practice. Who's having fun and that culture of joy that we're trying to create. And looking at all those intangibles, who's playing hard, who can get to the next play, and not necessarily the scheme. So I've been really encouraged with how hard we're playing. You can feel the chemistry starting. For this group with only 3 returners and a boatload of newcomers, it's been fun to watch the chemistry coming along quickly.
Curt, kind of on that note, the new era of college basketball with the portal, do you feel like that kind of prepared you for having such a new team and being able to build that chemistry kind of on the fly?
Yeah, I mean, college basketball is quickly becoming very pro-like, so the similarities are there. And every year, yeah, you're just as quickly as you can with how short training camp is, trying to be intentional, not force connection, but be intentional about creating opportunities to just expedite the process.
Can you go a little more detail about that, kind of how you sped up the process with such a toned down training camp time period?
Yeah, everything's a balance, and we preach that a lot. So in one breath, I'm preaching patience, and in the next breath, I'm preaching urgency. So the more we talk about it, and the more we go out there and try to live it, and it's a feel, right? It changes every day. This is my first time, so from one first practice to the next practice, I'm taking and learning and adjusting and figuring out what buttons to push and what players need in certain moments.
Obviously, this is a new group, but do you sense just an extra spark of motivation with this team coming off of last year just to get back on a winning track?
I think everyone's excited at our opportunity to kind of hit reset and refresh. I think each of them individually have a chip on their shoulder. We've got a very youthful team, and everyone wants to prove something. And so our message early is together, though. Like it's not all gonna happen at once, and it's going to happen when we can all figure out how we complement each other well and support each other in those spaces.
It's exciting because when you look at the roster construction, a lot of the players that were brought in free agency or trades are certainly in the prime of their career. There was intention to bring in players that 26 to 30, that 27 to 29. We don't have a 30-year-old in camp to give you an idea how young we are. A lot of players are being asked to take on a larger role than maybe what their role has been in the WNBA, and they're embracing that. And then you have rookies who are out here scratching and clawing, trying to make the roster. So it's been a really fun camp, knowing that a lot of people are being asked to do more than maybe what they've been asked to do throughout their career so far.
We just had a drone fly overhead.
Question for Curt, and then I have a question for Curt. Are you intentionally building behind closed doors that fans won't notice until it matters most?
One more time?
I said, what are you intentionally building behind closed doors that fans won't notice until it matters most?
Yeah, I think that when the fans come out, you're going to see a team, first and foremost, that's prepared, a team that's going to play hard, a team that's ready to compete and is hungry. And again, everybody's, while they're fighting for their own role, it's a togetherness. I think this city's going to see how hard they're playing for each other and with each other.
And then for Coach, I wanted to ask you, how are you approaching pace, physicality, and playmaking with the versatility of this group that you spoke about so much?
Yeah, I think it's giving everyone opportunities early to be able to grow upon what they've already proven they can do in this league. And so not wanting to limit anybody and really empower them that we're going to play connected, it's going to be fast and free-flowing, and everyone is going to have opportunities to be able to put the ball in the hoop, make plays for their teammates, and contribute.
We're going to go over to Willie on the Zoom. Willie, go ahead. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, so we are aware and we are very intentional. We're not talking about mental health because it's May. We're talking about mental health because it matters to us here with the Dallas Wings. It's two very important anchors of mine in our culture of playing positive and poised and wanting to, again, the league has been at the forefront, so we're right in step with the league, and just talking about it first, and then creating a space for our players to feel comfortable, and then also increasing their awareness and giving them tools and resources to be able to help each of them, because it's so different for everybody. It's a very personal experience, and so the more we can give them exposure to things they can do on their own, and then if they need more, all of the resources and support that we have around them. It's very meaningful for me. It's helped me to get to this position that I'm in, and I don't take it lightly, and it's something we talk about daily here.
I didn't hear the question, but I get the sense of what I'm asking. But one of the things that was really, really important to me is when I interviewed with Dallas, that Greg Bibb was a forefront leader in mind health and mental health resources for teams in the WNBA. Dallas has been a leader well before Chris and I arrived, and appreciated that commitment to our players with mind health and mental health. Then throughout the interview process of over 30 plus candidates, knowing how much mind health, mental health is important to Chris and a major pillar, it was a differentiator between candidates for this head coaching position, because it's such an important topic. It's such an important part of the WNBA, and I knew that he was going to make that a part of the Dallas Wings. And so I'm really proud to be a part of an organization that really takes pride and is a leader in our area when it comes to mental health and mind health.
Chris, when you look at the opportunity ahead of you, obviously a lot of eyeballs on this team and this city this summer. Do you feel that pressure, or do you feel the privilege of being in a position to accept that pressure?
Yeah, both. I think I'm excited. I'm grateful for this opportunity, and talking with our team, this comes right off of this last question, is there's so much out of our control, and so the more we can be here in this present moment and not get caught in all that overwhelm. So just challenging us to continue to focus small on all the little things day in and day out that will ultimately lead to success. So we talk about wanting to win without being defined by the win.
Go over to Cassandra Negley in Yahoo Sports.
For each of you, I know it's different for each player who comes into the league, but for Paige specifically, after going through winning a national championship, the draft, now a week and a half into training camp, what are some of the markers of growth you are looking for her so far, and what have you seen out of that?
Yeah, I think, coming somewhere new with a new system, new coaches, new players, and no time to really have to take a deep breath, it could be extremely overwhelming. So just have been really encouraged and impressed with how quickly she's picking things up and how quickly she is stepping and finding her opportunities to lead. And that's something we're really talking about, is with this group, with this youthful group, where is our leadership going to come from? And I'm empowering everybody to find their spaces and opportunities to lead. So just extremely encouraged from Paige and from all the rookies early with how they've showed up.
We'll go to Mike Anthony.
Thank you. Hi guys, appreciate your time. I'm wondering, could you tell me what stands out to you about Paige's personality and getting to know her a little bit better thus far in recent weeks? You've obviously been familiar with large parts of her game for a long time. What sticks out to you about her personality? She had a really fun, productive relationship with Gino. What's it been like for you guys so far?
Yeah. Again, she was with Gino. He recruited her. She's with her forever. So we're not going to force anything here, right? Our relationship will come. It'll grow. It'll adapt. But early on, she's a hooper. She just truly loves the game and wants to do everything she can to improve herself and then to quickly figure out how to get the four other people on the floor with her all in sync and making it work. So I just love that she's a basketball junkie. And is extremely competitive. So when you've got someone like that, it's you couldn't ask for more as a coach.
Mike, good to hear your voice back there in Connecticut. Obviously for me, it's the competitiveness. You can have fun with Paige. You can talk to her serious about the game, but she's real, and you can talk to her about basketball or away from basketball, but when she gets between those lines from a simple shooting drill to 5-on-5 play, the competitiveness really shows. And again, we all know that she's a winner and loves to win, but it just until you work with her on a day-to-day basis, it really comes out on how badly she wants to win and will do anything to try to drive winning.
Okay, we'll go to Ari Graham, the next. Ari, go ahead.
All right, good morning, guys. I have one question for Curt and one for Coach. First, with you, Curt, you mentioned the intangibles, and you already mentioned about Paige and how she's having fun. Could you give any other examples of other players that are having fun, playing hard, and showcasing those intangibles?
Yeah, it's fun to have all these rookies in camp, and certainly Aziaha is, one of the things we talked about in the pre-draft conversations with players is we wanted to add dogs, and said in a good way. And when we called her after we drafted her on draft night, she said, "You got your dog." It was the first thing she said to us when we called her, and she just is a lot of fun, confident offensively. JJ puts a smile on my face every day with how she attacks and is fearless. And plays the game and won't back down to anyone. So the rookie class is a heck of a lot of fun. And, I won't speak for Chris, but with us two drafting Dejanay and being reacquainted with Nay after coming off of a career year and ready for her game to take even a next step, it's a lot. It's very, very enjoyable to watch these players have fun trying to take the next step in their career and maybe a bigger role than they've been asked so far in their career.
All right, thank you. And Coach, for you, throughout training camp, what have been some areas of concern, and how do you guys plan on addressing those?
I'll give you two right now. Number one, we want to get more shots on goal. So that comes, again, empowering them and giving them freedom and creativity to go out there. Turn the ball over a ton against Vegas in practice. It's had some portions that have been really sloppy. So we've just got to find that balance. Simple plays, when to reel it in. And then the other piece is our discipline defensively. So I'm on them about establishing a physicality within the rules, right? You saw we put Vegas to the line a bunch early with some undisciplined fouls on jump shooters. So those are two focus areas. Not concerned, it's early, right? It's super early, but we can be intentional about it and we can work to improve it.
We got time for one more, Dorothy.
Hi, with this Dallas Wings team, superpower, what would it be?
It's going to be our connection. I'm seeing it early and I'm encouraged by it off the floor, and then how that is going to translate and lead to better basketball on the floor. It's going to be our connectivity.
Same question? Yeah, I think the superpower is that we have a lot of people with a chip and a lot of people hungry to prove the doubters wrong. We probably will be if not the youngest, one of the youngest teams in the league. There'll be some doubt around there. So I think our superpower is having a roster full of people with a chip to prove, not only individually, but more importantly as a team.
JJ, I think I asked you this during our availability, but what are your individual goals for the season?
Just to learn from all the new players, rookies, vets, everybody, and then kind of get back into that point guard mindset. I've been a two guard for a long time since my freshman year at college, so just can't wait to get back into that PG mindset.
What's it been like just acclimating with this new group in terms of going through training camp, first preseason game, all this?
I think it's been fun. The competitiveness of our camp is crazy, and I think we're all kind of starting to figure everything out, gelling, getting the plays down. So I think it's been great all around.
Curt and Coach mentioned that, a lot of you have chips on your shoulder and you want to set a good precedent, maybe prove some people wrong. Do you sense like this extra motivation amongst all of you?
I feel like that. I think everybody has something to prove in their own way, like you said, and I feel like this team is a team that definitely showed that and definitely proved that to everybody.
What are some things maybe you've learned so far from some of your veteran teammates? You haven't been with them for a long time, but maybe some stuff from the training camp so far.
Kind of just them telling me to just be yourself. Like, it's better to just be yourself, do the things that you're good at instead of trying to figure out and try to be good at other things that you may not normally do.
What are your first thoughts and impressions of the Dallas franchise?
Say that again?
So what are your first thoughts and impressions of the Dallas franchise?
I would say it's a lot bigger here in Texas compared to where I'm from. So just all the support that they get and seeing all the people around them. And then, of course, like with Paige coming in, that adding a lot new, like a new arena, facilities and stuff like that. So that's great.
What do you think of the city?
Oh, it's nice. I actually love it. Coming from VA in West Virginia, especially West Virginia, ain't nothing in West Virginia. So this is kind of, my eyes kind of open pretty wide out here for sure.
Go over to, you had mentioned you spent time at the 2, and now you're playing a little bit more at the 1. Just what are some advantages that you gained or maybe learned from playing the 2 that you can now apply, playing with other great players at the WNBA level?
I mean, I would say I have the ability to score, but I don't think that's my greatest asset. I think my greatest asset is my ability to get in the paint and then kind of kick out from there and get other people involved as well. And then, of course, my defense, which I love. So, yeah.
What are some things that have helped you adjust to just this transition from college and into the WNBA?
I would say just everybody being a lot bigger, stronger. The screens now are pretty bad. I would say that was kind of my welcome to the WNBA moment. Kind of got hit by a screen by Big T, so I would just say that.
We'll go over to Jasmine Harper on the Zoom. Jasmine, go ahead.
Hi, JJ. How you doing?
Hi. I would say honestly, I'm a very simple person at heart, so I kind of just try to enjoy every moment, and I love playing basketball, so if I can come in here every day and play basketball and do the thing I love, then I'm going to play hard, I'm going to do what I need to do and do whatever I need, my coaches need me to do, so yeah.
Time for one more, go over to Willie.
I would say now kind of just, I used to take in West Virginia, I'd take nature walks a lot, because of course West Virginia is a very big nature state. And then probably now is more building my Legos, just staying to myself in my room a little bit, relaxing, maybe a walk outside here and there. But just having those times to myself, being comfortable in those peaceful moments. I think it's great. He's very conservative in that part. He definitely wants us to be comfortable speaking to someone about anything that we have going on. He gave us this app to use. I think it's like a breathing app that you can get on there and kind of relax throughout the day. So they definitely preach it, and I love it because come from a place where I don't really talk about my feelings much. So it's definitely starting to get older now, starting to figure out that mental health piece is important. So yeah.
Madison, what do you envision your role on this team being?
I feel like just doing whatever coach asked me to do. I feel like it's going to vary, night in and night out, but I think it's going to start on the defensive end. And it's just going to be me bringing energy, being a great teammate. It's going to start there, and we'll see how it expands as the year continues.
What's a moment in practice where you felt like you earned a veteran's respect?
It was actually a couple days ago. Or no, I'm getting my days mixed up, but I think it was week 1 of camp, and I forgot what happened, but I made a big mistake. Turned the ball over, did something, and in that moment I could have sulked, I could have, just next play, but I ran back. It was transition. I completely put that behind me, ran back, missed, had a good defensive play. They missed the layup, and we were able to, go back the other way. And after that, my vets, they patted me on my butt and told me, like, that's next play mentality. That's not harping on the mistake you just made. That's showing that you can respond to that mistake and with impact, a winning play. So I smiled in that moment. Even though I just messed up, I was able to somewhat make up for my mistake. So that was dope.
Thank you.
What's it been like getting to know your new teammates, getting acclimated with them, building that chemistry heading into, your season opener?
It's been great. I love all of these women. They're great. And it's been just great to bond, to build that camaraderie. Again, this is something that's going to continue to be built as the season goes on because everything is so new. We're all so new. But just these last couple of weeks have been absolutely amazing. I've been a sponge, and they've just guided me, from everybody. Every single person has guided and just been great people to be around. So the energy has been amazing, and I can't wait to see how it is on opening night.
Hey, Maddy,
Yes, ma'am.
what's one song that you can play on repeat, one song, and then give me 3 things that you can't live without?
Yes, so that song is Shackles. I know you guys know it's like, take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. Yeah, yes. When I play that song, let me tell you, first of all, God is amazing. We know that, and with Him I can do everything. There's nothing that I can't do because He's by my side, and I know that. So when I play that song and I'm getting ready, on my way to the gym or before a game, I just feel like I can conquer the world, because He's by my side. So.
And 3 things you can't live without?
3 things I can't live without. My siblings, and there's 3 of them, so I don't know if they count as the 3, but those are my babies. London, Summer, and Zion, my babies, and I can't live without them. They're growing up right before my eyes. It feels like I'm getting old, but I love them, and again, every day I wake up, I'm trying to be a great example for them, showing them, Big Sis is doing anything she puts her mind to. So,
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Go over to Nikias on the Zoom.
Good morning. Can I be heard?
Yep, we got you.
Two-part question.
Yes, so first things first, to answer your first question, I would say Candace Parker. The reason why I named her is her ability to impact the game. For me, it's never just been about scoring. You look at my collegiate career, whoever's followed me, it's always been about just finding ways to impact the game, finding ways to help out my teammates. I just want to help us be successful. So that's playing defense, that's getting assists, that's getting a stop, and you saw that in Candace's career. I feel like she just was always an impact on whatever team she was on, from the Aces to the Sparks to Chicago. She just was a winner, and that's what I aspire to be. So I watch her game. I'm a student of Candace Parker, and I love, again, watching her and just writing down certain things. And just, again, I hope to have just a little of an impact, that she has had. So, yeah. And I'm sorry, what was the second question? Oh, yeah, no, it's grown tremendously. I am one of them. I'm a visual learner, so I have to get out there and do, but also watch at the same time. So we actually just watched my game film from our last game yesterday. So it's good for me to go, be able to watch that film, see what I did well, but also see what I didn't do well, so I can improve on it and to work on it. So that way, you know, the next time I'm in that position, I'm able to, you know, help out my team in a positive way.
Maxon, at what point did you start to really think or know that you could play professionally, that after college you had a chance to move your way into the industry?
I think middle school for me is when it really became real, because high school I went to Bishop McNamara in Forestville, Maryland, and we played in the WCAC. Growing up, that was a competitive conference. I can name a lot of great players who have, you know, played in that conference. So middle school, that was the time where I was like, okay, you know, high school is coming, and also, you know, Bishop McNamara was a private high school. So for me, it was just like taking everything to a new level, you know. And once I stepped foot in Bishop McNamara and so many opportunities were presented to us, I just knew that I could do anything I put my mind to. So that's when I really started to take it seriously. And, you know, yeah.
We got time for one more. We'll go to Jordan on the Zoom.
Hey, Lance, how you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. How are you? Yes. So for the first question, Coach O did everything to prepare me for this moment. In particular, I talk about my 5th year, because when I first decided to come to Ole Miss, we had a 4-year plan. So one thing about Coach O is, even though it's bigger than basketball with us, she still teaches me the business side of things. So it was great that we had our 4-year plan, but going into my 5th year, we went over a whole new plan, and we had a whole new, again, plan for what this year was going to come with, because we knew that after that, the next step was the pros. So she just prepared me in everything, from, again, our planning to her getting on me, work ethic, everything. Again, you can't be what you can't see. I say that all the time. And just being able to watch Coach O work and be successful in everything that she did helped prepare me, because it showed me, you know, what I need to do and also things that I don't need to do. You know, she just kept me in check in all aspects, so I'm really grateful for her.
First impressions of the franchise in Texas.
Oh, man. I'm a Dallas Wing, you know. I love it. I love Texas. I honestly haven't been able to see a lot of it yet because I'm in the gym, you know, which is a good thing, you know, trying to make this team. But, no, I love everything there is about it. Since I've stepped foot in Texas, it's been nothing but love, support, amazing people that I've been able to come in contact with. So I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. So I'm excited, one day at a time, and I can't wait to see, you know, everything else that Texas has to offer.
And then we'll go over to the Zoom.
What is something you hope to accomplish this year?
I just want to get better. I feel like everybody wants to just improve. I know this is a new team from the top all the way down. And so I think every day we come and practice with the mindset of working and just stacking the days. And yeah, our main goal is to just gel, have good chemistry, be good in our base, and win some games.
How do you feel that chemistry is developing? It hasn't been very long, but do you feel like you guys are starting to come together and understand each other on and off the court?
Yes. Like you said, it hasn't been that long. Camp has only been about a week, and we had a few off days, but I think every day we're getting better. They brought a great group of women here where we all have great personalities that get along, and we all love to work, and we push each other, hold each other accountable. And yeah, so I feel like we just have to keep going. It's very early. The season hasn't even started yet. We didn't finish with camp, but we're making the right steps.
What aspects of your game are you wanting to improve?
Honestly, everything. I feel like I can make an impact on both sides of the floor, but just being impact, you know, impacting the team, helping them win in any way that I possibly can, but just being very confident on the perimeter, being able to create and make plays, and what I do best is defense, and just making sure that I'm locked in on that end, and being a great player overall.
You brought energy and hustle throughout your career. How do you look to expand that role on both ends of the floor coming into the season?
Can you repeat the beginning?
You brought energy and hustle throughout the year. How do you look towards expanding that role on both ends of the floor this year?
I think just being, like you said, consistent with my energy as well, but consistent with making the right plays, making the right reads, consistent with doing what I'm best, which is getting to the basket, hitting my mid-range, hitting open threes, making the right plays. And yeah, I've been playing professionally now for 5 years, so I know what to do. It's just playing my game within our system and making sure that we all are on the same page.
What are some characteristics that stand out to you about this group after having a little bit of time in camp to play with them?
I think at the base of it, we're all very hungry. Like everybody's in here and working, getting extra work, doing what they're supposed to do, doing extra things so that when we come together on the floor, we're ready. But we're very defensive minded. We do the little things. Yes, there's a lot of things we need to clean up, but we still have time. That's what the season and practice is for. But we all have that willingness to work and get better, and that's just a great thing to have, and we can build from there.
What does it take to be successful in this league? In this league?
I think it's your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is just as fast, just as skilled. You know, these were the best players in college, best players on their overseas teams. But it's the mindset that really separates you, how you read the game, how you're able to create your space and create your shot, but also create for others. And then how you guard. Like, these are the best players in the world, so you have to be able to, you may not stop them, but slow them down so that you can create enough separation to win and you know, make a difference.
Personally, what's your why? What gets you up in the morning? What motivates you?
I just think the simple fact of me getting up in the morning, you know, every time or every day the Lord lets me see another day is another day that I can use for whatever, as in like for now, right now, my purpose is basketball, so I know I have another day, so I'm not done yet. So I think just being able to be here doing what I love motivates me to just continue to keep going. I'm having fun. I'm in a great environment. I'm very blessed. And so I just love to do it. My family is my why. My parents made a big sacrifice for moving to the States from the Caribbean and leaving their families to create a better opportunity for now their family. And so they definitely gave me the example of hard work, and I just want to be able to pay that off for them and allow them to see, you know, how successful I can be because of them.
I would say I tried to improve my outside shooting while I was overseas this year, so kind of trying to showcase that and being able to, I think, guard three-level scorers, like being able to guard 3 through 5. I think for me, those are key going into the season.
Being from the Dallas area, what has it just been like watching this organization grow and build momentum?
I'm from Dallas, so I've seen them like from start till now, and I think it's amazing. For me, I think it's just the fan base, like the start of like the wings and everything. It's just evolved and it's changed so much, and Dallas is growing. So I'm really excited to see like just how this team will bring out fans and how the season will go.
Joyner, you just mentioned that you're from here, so what was your family's reaction when you returned back home?
At first, we actually didn't believe it, all of us, but I think it's just a blessing in disguise. Like, I always wanted to play for Dallas, and so I think it'll be a great opportunity, a great experience. I haven't been able to play in front of my family in so long, and so I think it'll be nice.
You feel like there's an extra buzz around this organization right now with the group that you have, and just, you know, everyone's kind of talking about having a chip on your shoulder, you know, wanting to show out.
I do. I think it's a rebuilding season for us. I think everybody's kind of new. We only have 3 returners, and so I think you have that sense in practice too. Everything's new, but I think it'll be nice. Everybody's kind of getting to know each other, and the connectivity is coming together. But I do think it is a chip on our shoulder because you don't really know what we're going to look like this season, and everything's new from coaching staff top to bottom. So I think it'll just be a matter of everybody getting to know each other and figuring each other out throughout the season. But I think it'll be fun.
When you were at Cedar Hill, what did you learn under Andrea Robinson and Nicole Collins?
How to work hard. I think growing up in high school and middle school and stuff, I was always taller and bigger than everybody, so it wasn't like super challenging. But I think once I got out of that stage and stuff like that, I think it was just a matter of like them teaching me work ethic and how to work hard, and I'll always forever thank them for that.
You know, can just keep the momentum up whenever my number get called. You know, relying on my vets. They've been here before. They know the path. So just, you know, being a sponge and, you know, soaking up any information I can.
As you're getting to know, you know, your new teammates, what do you think your biggest strength as a team is right now as you've gone to work with these ladies in practice and training together?
I feel feel like I can go to anybody on the team. I feel like if I have a problem or if I'm confused about something, I can just go to any vet or any person that just came to this team to, ask them for anything. And I feel like they gave us the comfort or, that type of feeling to just come to each other. And I feel like we gel very well. The chemistry is very well, and I feel like it's going to get even better.
What's something that the vets have told you that's already stuck with you?
Just be yourself. You got yourself here for a purpose. Just come in here, be yourself, do what you always do, and get the work in.
What part of your game are you most confident in making an immediate impact at the pro level?
Just scoring on all 3 levels. I feel like I showed that in the preseason game, and I can show more of that. Just keep going. My shooting ability can be there. Driving to the rim can be there. I'm trying to get my passing more up there. So just keep working on myself.
How would you describe your personal style? And then who are some of your style inspirations?
You said my personal style, like off the court?
Yes, off the court.
I'm trying to get into a new bag or whatever, but I want to be like how Tiana Taylor is. Like she can put on anything and it makes her. But I just want to, whatever I put on, I just want to make it myself. Hey.
Yeah, so since last time we spoke about SMU,
Yes.
what's one thing that you've grown in?
Just stepping into a new role, being that sponge again, like I said. I don't know, just being another type of leader, even though I'm a rookie. Coach always emphasized you can lead whenever, whoever you are. So just trying to lead in my own way and, getting help from my teammates.
How would you define yourself in 3 words?
Gritty, aggressive, drought buster.
We'll go to Megan Hall on the Zoom.
Hey, Aziaha, I hope you're doing well today. I wanted to ask you about the experience. You both are kind of navigating this new rookie season together. Have you reached out to her? Have you talked to her about, I guess just navigating what's in front of you?
Yes, I reached out to Sanaya. I console her as well. She's my sister for life, and I love her to death. Feel like she's handling things very well. Just even looking at her interview she done with Connecticut, and just her expressing herself, you can just see the smile on her face, and I can feel the energy through the phone, and I think she's going to do very well this season.
Go to Aya Abdeen.
Hey, Aziaha, it's Aya Abdeen.
Nice to meet you.
Question about how you're doing with
Paige is a gritty player. She loves to compete, and I feel like we both have that same thing. We both can take away from each other. We come from different playing styles, with her playing at UConn and me playing at NC State. So just getting a few takeaways from how she's played there and how I played at NC State, I learned a lot from Paige these past couple days.
So last one to Jordan. Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you? I definitely grew up watching Candace Parker, just the role model she put on for us younger youth, the way she performed on the court, and, her 3 levels playing style, and I think I commend her for that, and I take away from her game as well, try to incorporate it into mine and make it my own, so definitely Candace Parker. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's how you want it?
Get this out of the frame.
Out of the frame?
Okay, we're here with Ty Harris. We'll open up for questions in person, and anyone on the Zoom use the raise hand function, and we will get to you, as many of you as possible.
Hi, what are your individual goals for the season?
Honestly, just stacking years, being better than last year in every form possible, and I'm going to say that, just stacking years and being better than last year. Enjoy the moment. Be present and enjoy the moment. Don't take this for granted. It's really fun. It could be stressful and hard as well, but if you enjoy the moment, shift your perspective, then everything will fall where you need it to fall.
You showed strong leadership at the point guard spot. How do you plan to guide this team through the highs and lows of this season?
I think I'm a very poised, composed point guard.
So I feel like I know the flow of the game, when we need to speed it up, when we need to slow it down, what plays needs to be run with the people that are in. I'm familiar with Arike and Big T, so those are like the core franchise people that came back from last year. So I feel like I'm familiar with everybody. I'm learning everybody's tendencies, and I feel like just my poise can just calm down when things need to be calmed down.
What part of your game feels the most free under Coach Koclanes' system?
I feel like everything, and honestly, he's big on mental health, and I feel like that's the biggest key for WNBA players now. I feel like we all have talents to be great, but the mental aspect and having confidence in yourself is what propels you from being good to great. So I think him being very mentally just focused on us is giving me confidence to be free and play my game.
Hi, go ahead. What do you think of the league's efforts to just combat online hate?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
To combat online hate, the league's efforts.
Online hate? Oh. I think they are making it very easy for us to speak up and using our voice, using our platform to be free to speak up, and they're keeping us safe. So I feel like they're doing a great effort to doing that, and it's just on us to, announce it or not to announce it and just be free to say, have your freedom of speech, basically, yeah.
What do you like most about this group right now, going through training camp, first preseason game, those kinds of things?
I like how we're really young and versatile. I feel like we were very deep in our bench from 1 to 12. I feel like everybody can have a big part of our journey. It's just that I feel like Coach just give us the freedom to play our game in any aspect, and he's putting us in positions to be free. So I think that's good.
What inspires you and why?
My parents. So I feel like growing up, you see a different side to your parents than when you were younger. I feel like, I say this all the time, me and my mom used to butt heads. I'm a Taurus, she's an Aries, so in high school we used to butt heads all the time, but now that I see like the sacrifices they do every day for my younger siblings and for me still, like when I don't want to fill out a paperwork, I send it to my dad. And I know he's probably working 9 to 5, and I'm like, Dad, can you fill this out for me? And he does it off the bat, so my parents for sure.
Maddy, who's your favorite player of all time?
Probably Larry Bird. Maddy, you look amazing during Athletes Unlimited. As far as transitioning to the league, what is your main focus?
Yeah, Athletes Unlimited was great for me this year, just to be able to, get a lot of different positions, and obviously to win it was a goal of mine, but just makes me feel, confident coming into the season, just trying to build off of that and, all the success I had there.
I have to ask you one last question. You got the #1 pick for us, bringing Paige. How are you feeling?
I mean,
you have to be so excited.
I feel pretty good. I mean, we were at the lottery. I was excited. I don't know if I was excited as Pam and Curt and everyone yelling, but, because I was like, all the cameras are watching, like, act cool, act cool.
Maddy, you've been around this organization for a while now. There's a lot to you right now. Obviously, Paige, you're getting ready to go to a new building next year. You got a new coach. Talk about different feel around here.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a new exciting feeling. So just to be a part of it and see how much the organization has grown, just in my short time. I think, there's a lot of great buzz, a lot of new players, exciting players. So I'm excited what we're building here, and obviously, finding out yesterday that, I'm going to be here next year also is great, and, this is something I definitely want to be a part of.
Maddy, talk a little bit about yourself and 3 things I want to ask you that you can't live without, and then 3 words to describe yourself.
3 things I can't live without. God, my family, lattes. 3 words to describe myself. I would say persistent, relentless, and caring.
Thank you.
You had a strong rookie campaign. What are your goals for year 2? 3. Yes, sorry.
That's all right. Just continue to be the best player I can be. To have a real off season, I was able to train and really focus on, my body and what I needed to do physically to get stronger and what I needed to do on the court. So just, having faith in your preparation, knowing that you did everything you can to be successful this year and, do whatever the team needs me to do.
Maddy, outside the result, how much fun was it to be back on college campus for a
Oh, it's so fun. I mean, I've never played at Notre Dame, so my parents, they came out. I was so happy just to, be there and be there for Reek. Obviously, it's a really cool experience. Hopefully we play Villanova one day. Maybe you can get that done. But, I think, when when you leave college, you never think you're going to play there again. And it's such a cool opportunity that everyone, a lot of schools are opening up their campuses for WNBA teams to play.
What's the next layer of your game that you're building?
Definitely focused a lot on three-point shooting and just being more consistent and confident knocking that down. I think that will be a key piece, for us this year, and just putting in a lot of preparation there. And then I think, something I pride myself on is like the extra possessions, offensive rebounds, running the floor, always doing those hustle plays.
How has the AU helped you develop the game?
Just being able to play so many different positions, like literally like 1 through 5, like you're guarding, Izzy Harrison, then the next play you're bringing the ball up. So just really being able to be versatile and be comfortable in like a lot of different roles.
How has wedding planning been going, and how have you been balancing that with just everything going on?
So it's going really good. I'm not sure if you asked my mom, she would say the same thing. We're getting married after the season, so it's just been great. But we did most of the stuff before. Like I got my dress already. We picked the venue. We're getting married at the Villanova Chapel, so did most of the hard stuff, the tasting. Steve's on his own picking the cake, so hopefully it's a good one. But most of that's done. I guess the guest seating chart will be my July project, probably.
Maddy, it's been a really big year for you personally with the growth last season and then the AU performance in the offseason. Just kind of reflect on that success, what it means, when you first went to Villanova. Did you think that you'd be here one day as a key piece on a WNBA team?
I think gratitude is something that always, comes to mind when thinking about that. And even in my short WNBA journey so far, when I got to Villanova, I never knew what was coming. I didn't think I was going to get, drafted third. We were going to have that much success. I was going to have that much success. So kind of trying to remind myself, even with this journey, there's so much more ahead that I don't know about, or that's going to happen. So just trying to be present in the moment and knowing that things are normally going to work out or unfold, and they might not be what you expected. So trying to keep that mindset throughout my journey, but it's always cool to reflect on the past and be like, wow, I didn't think I would be, on a WNBA team. It just wasn't something I always thought about. Okay, college, and then I didn't know what next until I was probably a junior in college.
Maddy, you're one of 3 returning players for this team. What's been the key during training camp and preseason, just building that chemistry so quick with a lot of new players?
Yeah, I think just focus on building chemistry and knowing there's going to be some live ball turnovers, because people don't know okay, you like to cut, you like to do this, you like to refuse a screen. So just getting more comfortable. But I think we have a great group who's really competitive and who's really just bought into Coach Chris's whole philosophy and process. So I'm excited for what's to come.
And what's your assessment? You just talked about coach. What's your assessment on the new coaching staff?
Yeah, I really like them. I think just the energy they bring every single day is so positive. I love how efficient everything is, and it's the offense, the movement offense is something, I played in college the whole time, so I love the cuts. I love the read and react. I'm just, excited to be a part of it.
We have time for one on the Zoom. Rob, go ahead.
Hey, Rob Johnson from the podium position. Maddy, as you enter your third year, how are you stepping into more of a leadership role, both vocally and with the play, especially knowing how much this value you as a catalyst?
Yeah, I feel from a leadership role as a player, on the court, it's just, leading by example and, just continuing to make winning plays for your team, whatever that takes. And then, off the court, I feel I'm kind of a lead by example person, but, last year I really tried to take it upon myself to, bring the team in for huddles, little things like that, I think, do make a difference. And it's okay, the other teams have an 8-0 run, and you take that second to really come together, maybe that stops the run. So just trying to focus on that and, use my voice wherever I can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Open it up.
Arike, you've been around this organization for quite a while. There's a lot of new this year. New coach, new #1 draft pick. Just talk about what you feel with the team, what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's an exciting time. New coach, new coaching staff, whole new team, like you said. So I think everything's aligning. We're all starting anew. We all have a new goal, new intentions for this city and this organization. So I'm really excited about it. Just be better than last year. We have a new team, like I said, so I don't expect the same things to happen last year. Obviously, for myself and my own personal goals, just staying consistent. You know, everything I did last year, do it better this year. Not trying to really, you know, add a whole bunch of things going into year 7. I pretty much know my game. Now it's just time to polish and be more consistent and effective about the things that I'm really good at right now. So just trying to do anything to help my team be successful.
Throughout your time in the WNBA, what is one lesson or multiple lessons that you've learned?
Stay God first, God driven. So many things change literally every single year. I mean, speaking for myself, I've pretty much had a new team every year, 4 different coaches, and you know, the only thing that can really stay consistent is, you know, my morals and the things that I do that are uncontrollable that I can consistently do every day, and that's, you know, staying in my faith, knowing that God's in control of everything that's happening. Like I said, there's a lot of change, so just trying to stay, you know, stay grounded in that so that anytime things do change, I'm okay.
Arike, outside the school, what was it like going back to Notre Dame to play basketball?
Yeah, win, lose, or draw, it was just amazing to be able to play again in front of, you know, old fans, in front of my coaches. Still a lot of the same security guards there, people that work there. So just seeing their faces and knowing that they're super proud of me, and just seeing like kind of full circle, being able to play against Jackie. You know, we won the championship together, and just being there from, you know, being 18 first coming on that court to now 7 years in the league. It was just a really nice moment. I'm from Milwaukee, so my family was able to come up and see me. So it was just a special moment.
Arike, for you personally, you've been in the league now since 2019?
Yeah.
So you've been terrific. It seems like the only thing that's been missing is being on a really, really good team. Are you feeling impatient to be a part of one of those really good teams that goes on a run in the postseason?
Yeah, I think as I've gotten better with my faith, I've become less impatient. Just timing is all that matters, and I think the timing is perfect now and it's aligning. So, you know, whatever happens this year, I'm not putting too much pressure on this team, but of course I'm a competitor. I want to win. I think everybody here, 1 through 12, including the coaching staff, including the organization, wants to win, and that's the goal. So we're going to do everything in our power to do that. But I'm just excited to have people here that want to be here, that want to play, that want to be successful, and want to see, you know, Dallas become a franchise that people want to come play at, and people want to, you know, be in a great city. And I've always known it's a great city, but I think, you know, people are catching on, and I think just the players we have are going to embody that type of, you know, style and grace, and just support the city and just put the city on the map. So I'm excited for that this year.
Arike, after all these years here, what's one thing fans still don't know about you? That's 1. And then 2, what song do you have on repeat?
I don't know what they. I see stuff on Instagram and Twitter that I didn't even know about myself. So I don't know. I leave that up to the fans. Whatever, people can say whatever. So I don't know. Whatever they know, they know. Whatever they don't know, I guess it's not for them to know. But songs, I can't stop listening to Drake and Party's album still. So yeah, that's been on repeat.
What's one moment in practice where you saw one of the rookies cook and you said, we got something here?
There's been a lot of moments. I honestly can't pinpoint one, but there's been a lot of moments. I've been really impressed with the rookies, so I'm excited about them.
Arike, this rookie class, you don't really get a break, you know, because you've been through it too. What's one piece of advice that you've given them just in terms of just the roller coaster ride and just getting acclimated and that whole kind of thing?
Yeah, just try to find a routine that's consistent, and just know that things change a lot. Like, I was really superstitious in college, but once I got to the W, I kind of couldn't do that because flights would get delayed, and now things are changed, and like it could throw you off your game. But if you build that kind of consistency, that no matter what's going on around you, like, you know, you're steadfast in everything that you're doing, you'll be okay. So just build a, you know, consistent schedule and consistent routine.
Arike, we've seen some playful moments with you and your teammates this preseason, the roasting, the trolling. How important is that kind of thing to building team chemistry with so many new faces on the Wings this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's a team sport, so, you know, you don't always have to like your coworkers. There's obviously, everybody's been in jobs that they don't love everybody around them, but it does help, especially with basketball, just building that type of chemistry, building that relationship, knowing that, you know, I like this person off the court, you know, I want to support him on the court, and I think it kind of goes hand in hand. So just building that chemistry, being playful, but also knowing, you know, when it's time to step on the lines, it's time for business, but we enjoy each other's company, so I like that.
Arike, so much is going good with the WNBA, popularity and all that. What would you like to see in the salaries?
What?
What would you like to see salary-wise for players this season?
What would I like to see? Zeros. Zeros. That's the main goal.
Is that the one thing that they're missing?
Of course. I mean, the talent is there, the product is there. Now we need to be compensated for it.
Is there going to be $1 million?
be some multiple million-dollar players.
We have time for one more.
Arike, you talked about the multiple coaches since you've been here in Dallas. What stood out? How did you have time with this coaching staff? What stood out to you the most?
I think they're just really hungry. Not saying any other coaches weren't hungry, but I think this is a new coaching staff, and I think it's fitting for a whole new roster that new group of people want to come in, and they're still trying to prove themselves too. It's first-time head coach, new assistant coaches, and they still have things to prove. So I like that. I think everybody all around hasn't been established yet in the league, and they're trying to prove themselves. So I know they're hungry, and I know the players are hungry. So it's just kind of going hand in hand. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have Myisha Hines-Allen. We'll open up the questions in person, and then we'll move to the Zoom if we have time. We'll open up.
What's your biggest takeaway so far from the preseason?
Our preseason game?
Just in general, training camp, preseason, everything.
That we're a young team. We're still getting to know each other. We have a lot of things to work through. But I think the bright side of it is like we all enjoy coming to work every single day, enjoy getting to know each other, and just being around each other. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great group of girls. I guess that would be my biggest takeaway is we're a great group of girls.
What's your approach to setting a tone for the young women on this team?
My approach is how I show up every single day to work with a smile on my face. Grateful that I have an opportunity to play basketball for a living, and just carrying that down to the rookies, and also like the players. I mean, Liz has been in the league for 3 years, going on maybe 4, but just coming to work every single day, wanting to get better, wanting to learn. You're never too big for the moment, so that's kind of like my biggest thing that I try to teach them.
It's easier to make it with so much else is new. New coaching staff, a lot of new players. This is basically a whole different team.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the easiest or the hardest part. But yeah, like you said, like everyone's new, coaching staff, players. I have not played with anyone here in America because I played with T and I played with Liz. But I mean, I guess like that's the hardest part, but like the easiest part at the same time because it's like we're going through like this growth together, and to see what it's going to turn out at the end of the season and years to come. It's exciting, but also like hard too. Yeah.
What's it like so far?
Oh, they're open. They're willing to listen to us. We can bounce feedback off of each other. Again, like I was mentioning before, never too big for the moment and who's putting on the jersey or the half zip up, you could say. So yeah, just being able to bounce ideas off of each other, being able to, listen, receive what they're saying, and also them listening to what we have to say too.
With how young this team is, how have you so far, brought your championship pedigree, your experience with this team and leading?
Yeah, the biggest thing I think is how you want to show up to work every single day. You could be whatever's going on in the outside. For however long we're here, we try to push that to the side, and then also having that focus in the love for each other, where we can talk, whether it's before or after, about the situations that you're going through. Because at the end of the day, like being a professional athlete is tough and it's demanding, being away from your family. So yeah, I think just showing up to work for the time that we are here, being dialed in, being focused, because we all have one common goal. I think that's something that we did in DC when we won that championship. Everyone, however long we were in the gym, we focused for that time, and then outside of that, we did whatever or talked about whatever it was, but it also, it's about how you want to come to the gym every single day.
Go to Megan Hall on the Zoom. Megan, go ahead.
You know who Megan is. Sure.
Yeah, y'all really be aging people. No, it's eighth. And what have I learned? Oh, I look here? Okay. What have I learned? Enjoy the moment, be present. Yeah, don't look ahead. Don't look what I did before, like my rookie year or any years prior. just be present and be in this moment.
Go to Nikias.
Hey, appreciate you. Honestly, my rookie year playing with Christy Tolliver, she told me the only way that I was going to get on the court is if I became the best screener on the team, and she was not lying. So that stuck with me all the way up to this moment, and also like trying to teach Maddy Scott the same thing. Like, we don't have to shoot the ball 10 times a game, but just like the winning plays, the little plays, they all matter. Getting our teammates open, setting, like, we already know, like Arike, Paige, Dejanay, Ty, like they're going to cause a lot of attention. So if we can make their life easier by setting a great screen, sky's the limit, because then, you know, a lot of attention goes to them, and then we get easy points from that. But I do take pride in my screens. I really appreciate that question, because it's an underrated skill. But I take pride in my screens and hitting them hard too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Have on the Zoom, but we'll start in person.
Paige, the people want to know, what was your first DoorDash order and how would you rate it here in Dallas? And then also I wanted to ask, what's a celebrity you want to see at a game here?
My first DoorDash order, that's a good question. I think it was a taco spot. And the tacos were great, of course. And then I would like to see Kyrie at a game for sure.
Thank you.
What's one lesson you learned playing at UConn?
So many lessons. I think the importance of taking responsibility for everything and taking accountability for your own actions, which then lead you to being able to hold others accountable, and how important that is to success. You can't tell somebody to do something that you're not doing yourself, so it holds you to a different standard as well. So I would say that amongst many others.
Paige, how have you been able to balance the transition in the sense that you really didn't have a break, since you won, and just coming out here? What do you try to do away from the court to kind of keep your mind at ease and that kind of thing?
A lot of rest and recovery, taking care of my body, eating right, sleeping right, and making sure I'm doing everything, cold tub, hot tub, getting treatment, manual work, doing everything possible to make sure that I'm as physically ready and mentally ready as I can be for this upcoming season, and just stay connected with my teammates, continue to build a bond that way on and off the court to make that transition easier as well.
Paige, how do you have on repeat? That's one question. Second question, what 3 things can you live without?
Can I not live without?
Not live without.
Song I have on repeat. Probably something on the new Coco Jones album. I don't have a specific song, but I would say that album. And then 3 things I can't live without, definitely my faith, my family / friends, that's going to count as 2, and then 3 will probably be my iPad.
What's on your iPad?
Everything's on my iPad, my life is on my iPad. Mostly I just watch basketball, watch shows, color sometimes. That's about it.
Thanks. I mean, a few things ago, you just won your national tournament. As far as, the floor with the Las Vegas Aces, how are you feeling taking this to the first game?
Super surreal. I look up to so many of those women and have watched them over the past years, and then being on the court with my teammates who I've also looked up to, and just enjoy being on the court together. To think about like 3 weeks ago, or I think it was a month ago now, that we were playing the national title at UConn, and now we're here in the WNBA and we're playing the first preseason game. It's just been a whirlwind. I'm so thankful for the opportunity that the Dallas Wings have given me and the other rookies, and just to be a part of this new organization. So I'm definitely thankful for sure.
Also a Coco Jones fan, love that. A lot has been made about you being a very finesse player. How are you balancing that with the physicality they say WNBA rookies need to develop?
Yeah, like you said, I've kind of always been finesse, weaving my way through traffic, not necessarily avoiding contact, but being smart about when to take it and when to pull up. I usually don't like to over-penetrate and make things tougher at the rim. But offensively, defensively, they let more physicality go. You can get away with more. And so to know the balance of not wanting to be too physical, especially coming off of a long season and drain my body, but also being willing to embrace the contact on both sides of the floor and use that to your advantage.
Maya, go ahead. How has being an older sibling influenced who you are?
It's influenced me so much in life. It's just given me such a joy. Just one of the best days of my life was when the first day I was a big sister. Just being a role model, being somebody that they can look up to, just being a voice, just whenever they need me. I know how important it is to have a person you can vent to, go to for advice. But just for them to be able to look up to their big sister and want to fill those shoes, and it doesn't even mean basketball-wise, but who I am as a person. It means everything to me, and it just makes your interactions with kids a little bit special because you know how much it can impact them. And so extremely, extremely thankful for that.
Okay.
Clearly, Paige, being new to the WNBA, when you come into an organization that has so much else about it, new players, new coaches, and so much, do you think help you adjust a little bit easier?
Yeah, I think we're all learning. As much as, we're a new rookie class, there's a lot of new in the organization, as I've talked about before. But it makes you appreciate being around each other as we're all learning, going through the same stuff together. Obviously, people have different levels of experience, years behind them. But just like we talked about, we're building a foundation for what we want the Dallas Wings to look like this year and in the upcoming years. So it's really exciting to be part of a lot of them.
So what was it like playing your first game in Wings uniform back in the college games?
It was crazy. There was like so many mixed vibes happening all at once. You feel like you're back at college, but then you're playing in the WNBA against one of the best teams in the league with an amazing Wings team ourselves. So it was pretty surreal if I had one word to describe it. You go over here.
Paige, I know you're wearing the Kobe breeches currently right now. Is that the shoe? Will you be wearing Kobe's throughout the season?
I would say some Kobe's, some GT cuts. I like the Devin Bookers as well, so I would say I would switch it up a little bit. Get Mac.
Yeah. When you were in college and some high school, you didn't use a lot. And what happens is that college players may change. Well, as you're going to listen to games now. Have you talked to anybody, or do you have anybody to prepare for that feeling that part of being a pro is losing games sometimes, maybe more than you're accustomed to?
I think I've come to that realization that I've been extremely blessed and fortunate to be in great situations in high school and in college, and it's different in the W. You don't see teams going undefeated. You don't see a lot of single loss seasons, which is something that the teams I've been playing on have not been accustomed to. So it's definitely going to be an adjustment. You never want to get used to losing, but you want to get used to learning from games, learning from lessons, and moving forward and taking whatever you learned from the last game, the last practice, the last whatever, to continue to make you better for the future. So, I've talked to Coach about it, both coaches, my old coach, my new coach. I have a sports psychologist that I work with that just helps you stay focused and in the present and not focus on the win and loss column, but focusing on how you can get better every single day. So just keeping that in the forefront and just learning from things and trying to get better.
Go to Mike Anthony on the Zoom.
Thank you. Paige, you had this great relationship with Gino that obviously was built over 5 years. It was professional, playful, and everything in between. I know it's only been a few weeks, but how's the dynamic with Chris and Curt unique in its own way? And, anything just stand out on the way you guys work and communicate together?
Yeah, I've learned the importance of player-coach relationship and how that is key to team success. So knowing that, coming in, want to just talk, go to his office, watch film together, text and just be in contact about practices, about how things are going, on and off the floor, just connecting that way. Like we talked about before, Kurt's new, Coach Chris is new. There's just a lot of new, so we're all learning, getting to know each other every single day, and building that chemistry that way. But I'm the same joyful, childish, annoying, but very motivated, hungry, and humble player that I hope to continue to be. So I don't think that's changed much in the way that I build my relationships with people. And so it's just a continued thing, but just with different people, I would say.
Go to Rob on the Zoom.
Yeah, it's been fun. Just people that you're learning to play with, their tendencies, what they like to do on the court, what places they like to be, where they like to catch the ball. Just a constant learning process, and new offenses, a lot of new terminology, and a lot of competition. Training camp is all about fighting for spots and trying to make the team, so there's been a lot of competition in that way. And then, yeah, coming in, I know I'm young and I don't have the most experience. I don't have any experience at all in the league, but I want to use my voice, build confidence within the players that I'm playing with, challenge them, support them, and really I want to be a leader even though it is my rookie season, and continue to use my voice and find the best ways to do it while not overstepping, or I just want to gain everybody's respect to the point where they respect my voice. And they know it's not personal or anything, but we're all just trying to win.
And last one to Willie.
Mental health is extremely important. The game is much more mental than it is physical, so making sure that's right. And you're training your mind as much as you're training your body, and probably even more, is extremely important. Like I've talked about before, I work with a sports psychologist, and the main things that we've taken that's really helped the mental side of the game is just running my own race, not running a race of comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, so just focusing on myself, how I can better myself, how we can better the team, and just losing myself in others. The more you care, the more you invest yourself in others, the less you think about yourself and all that you're going through. And then just staying present. You can't worry about too much about the future or the past, but if you focus on being there in the moment and captivating that and being your best self in that moment, you can really make no mistakes, and mistakes you learn from, you don't self-harm. And just always have fun. I think that's the main reason people play the sport that they love, is to have fun, and don't ever forget it. And life isn't perfect. The sport is definitely not perfect. But play for, and my faith has been a huge one as well. So playing for an audience of one, not trying to appease other people and care about other people's opinions about me, but caring about the circle that I surround myself with and keeping it tight, and keeping a great faith.
Otherwise, we will open it up for in person.
She's the Kobe Grinches. Oh, let me go talk to DJ and Carrington. Sorry about that.
I think my biggest takeaway has just been to stay in the moment and just take it day by day, and not look too far ahead, and try to plan for this or that. We just need to focus on the here and the now, trying to get to know each other on the court, and just figuring out how to play with each other offensively and defensively. And I think just continuing to get reps will make that seamlessly happen.
And then everyone has been raving about your defense, like how good a defensive leader you are. What does that mean to you?
I mean, of course it's great. That's my goal, obviously, to be kind of the head of our defense. Obviously, Chris coached me before in Connecticut, and he was the defensive kind of guru there. And so I think I learned a lot from him, and Jazz, who's on staff here. So it's nice being able to have defensive-minded coaches. But I just want everyone to just level up on that side of the ball. I know Dallas struggled defensively last year, so we're looking to completely flip the script in that sense this year.
Well, you talk about the familiarity with Chris, and you're coming into a situation you're new, there's a bunch of new people, a bunch of new things. Does that make it easier or harder to transition to the organization? There's so many people under the same
I mean, I think it's difficult regardless. But I think it's just another piece that's maybe a little more difficult is that everyone's trying to learn it. You don't really have anybody who can be like, okay, well, this is how you do it because we've already done it 3, 4, 5 years. But, you know, we're all learning from each other. We can all give and take from each other, and I think that's been really helpful and beneficial for us these first couple weeks.
Dejanay, when it comes to fashion, who are some of your inspirations?
Fashion-wise, I don't know. Honestly, I try to go on Pinterest and stuff and look at people who have similar body types because I don't really go with the trends because everything doesn't look good on every body type in my opinion. And so like I know some stuff don't look good on me because I don't have no hips yet. So I have to find clothes that, you know, fit my body right. And I always just like to do something with a little hint of feminine, you know, pink or a little sparkle or something like that. Throw a heel on with some sweats. I love just being a girl.
I was about to ask you, heels, flats, or sneakers, one.
Heels.
3 things you can't live without.
I'm gonna say heels because I wear sneakers for my job. So like I'm already always wearing sneakers. And I like to stand in that confidence of being a tall woman and not being afraid to still wear heels. So I'm gonna say heels. And then what was the second question?
3 things you can't live without.
Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna go with my phone because I can talk to people. I can get the Bible app on there, so I'm eliminating that right there. And then I'm gonna go food. Does that count? And water. I'm real picky. I only eat chicken, basically. Chicken, soul food, Ruth's Chris, pasta.
Whataburger, Chick-fil-A.
We don't have. This is the first time I've been. Well, Waco, but I'm from California. We don't have Whataburger there. We got In-N-Out, but Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
We won't start at In-N-Out Whataburger.
Look, I'm not even in it because I don't even eat burgers, so y'all got it.
Hey, you mentioned Chris. How do you think he's going to translate to being a head coach?
I think it's going to be great. Obviously, with anything, when you're transitioning into a new role, there's a learning curve. But he's lucky to have Curt alongside him still to be able to kind of mentor him and ask questions, be a sounding board off of. So I think it'll be great, but the special thing about Chris is he's just like a really good human being. He cares about us beyond basketball. He starts every day with some type of mindfulness, some type of reset for your mind because he knows there's so much going on in this day and age in sports, whether it's social media, whether it's just your own personal expectations or mental health. So he always makes sure to feed into that part before he even starts with basketball. So I think that's really special because when you have a coach like that, you like are willing to do so much more for them because you know it's more than just basketball.
Hey, what are your thoughts about the PMF and also taking your home Wednesday just
I like it here. I like Dallas. I like the culture. I went to a taco margarita festival, so it was very on brand. You know, San Diego is very into Mexican food too, so that's like, I forgot to mention that's one of my favorite types of foods too. There you go. I like it a lot. I like just the diversity, the culture, not the weather yet, but I know it's gonna warm up soon. And then the home debut, I'm excited. I'm just excited to get back on the court, to play games, play against somebody else besides ourselves is always great, so we're excited.
Dejanay,
I love that you said you love being, I love that you said you love being a girl. How do you summarize the mindset that allows you to be so set in your femininity, but also be the aggressive, dominant athlete that you are?
Yeah, I talk about this all the time. I just feel like they're not mutually exclusive, and people for a long time, tried to make it either you can be a competitive athlete or you can, stand in that femininity, and I like to bridge the two and show that there is intersectionality. Women, people in general, have so many different things that you can do at once, and I'm always gonna show up as whether I'm playing a game, whether I'm going to church, whether I'm going to the grocery store, like whatever I feel like showing up as, that's how I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna be myself authentically. No, not yet. Where the camera at? Not yet. I'm ready to get a new car too.
Later, go ahead.
Hey, just coming here to Dallas, you obviously offer the most improved player. You enhance a lot of areas of your game, but is there one particular area of your game that you wanted to showcase more with Dallas that maybe you didn't get a chance to in Connecticut?
I would say like just creating off the bounce. I think it was a lot of late clock or broken plays in the half court or the quarter court where I got the ball and it was like you got to just get to the rim quickly. But I think just being able to create and kind of use different moves and create for my teammates, I'm excited to be able to do that. And just continue to get better at everything I was continuing to work on in Connecticut.
Dejanay, speaking of Connecticut, so Ty is here. Obviously, one of the things that we spoke about, you said that Alyssa Thomas imparted like a lot of wisdom to you before you left. What's something that I guess AT has taught you that you could teach the younger players here?
Oh, that's easy. It's just how to play the game the right way. From day one of me playing with AT, I saw how hard she played on both sides of the ball, and that's so rare for your star to be your hardest worker on both sides of the ball. I think sometimes people take plays off on one side or the other, and watching AT and being able to be alongside her and seeing how hard she goes every single possession, whether it's whether we're up 50 or whether we're down 5 or down 50, like it's just she plays so hard, and I think that's why I have so much respect for her and why I allow her to, like, when I was obviously a teammate, but when I allowed her to coach me so hard is because I can take whatever you're saying because you're doing it too. You're leading by example through your play and through your actions, and so I think just being able to tell the next group and tell our players just play harder, effort, like regardless of what happens.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. No problem.
Start with in-person questions, and anyone on the Zoom, use the raise hand function, and we'll come around to you. Start in person.
There's so much else to do. Does that make it easier or harder when you're with so many other people trying to go through the same thing?
Well, I think it makes it easier because we're all starting from the ground up. So, we're all going through the same thing. So, I feel like it makes it easier.
What do you feel the vibe is right now?
I think the vibe is great. We haven't really done much so far, but shoot, we can tell we're gonna have fun together. We're gonna have a good time. We have a lot of personality, so it's been super fun so far.
Liz, you've been able to work with two of the #1 draft picks, both at point guard. Could you compare and what are some of the similarities and differences between Kaylin and Paige?
Well, I haven't got to play with Paige for that much time, but I'd probably say Paige, she's been great, like a leader so far. No matter that she's younger than us, she's still like our point guard. She's able to, get us to sets, get us organized, still get her shots off and stuff like that. So,
All right, you come into a front court that's totally overhauled. How do you see yourself playing alongside Teaira McCowan?
I'm sorry, I cannot hear.
Playing alongside T.
Oh, I think it's going to be good. Just having a big post presence for us, someone you could always look for on the high low, someone that you always know is going to be down there for a bucket. So,
as a vet with this team, this pretty young team, talk about how you kind of integrated yourself in, taking more of a leadership role.
Taking a leadership role in the team as a vet.
I'll probably just say I just be here to help everybody, wherever anybody needs any advice or any help on the court or any direction. I feel like I'm the person they can come to, ask any questions and stuff like that. I wouldn't consider myself a vet yet, but I like the sound of that.
How do you like being back home in Texas?
I love it, and I always tell people it's nothing like Texas, just the environment, the people, the food. It's been fun. My family's gonna get to come down here a lot, so just being around them, seeing them in the stands is always a big push for me. So it's gonna be great.
Melissa, 3 words to describe yourself off the court.
3 words to describe myself off the court. I'd probably say quiet. I'm really a introverted extrovert,
I'm tweeting with someone now. I'm tweeting got me cracking up.
Oh, that's probably it though. I just be to myself, chill, yeah.
Is there any part of your game where you want to showcase more here in Dallas opposed to Indiana?
I feel like it's just the position that people put you in. I feel like Chris has been putting me in like positions to like go downhill a lot more, spread the floor, get it at the free throw line extended, start the offense. So I feel like that will show a lot more in my game. It's just like being more involved.
In the small lineups, are we going to see play a little bit more five like we did the other night?
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, they say I'm gonna be in the 5 a little bit, 4 a little bit. So just wherever they throw me, trying to embrace that role.
Go to Blake on the Zoom. Blake, go ahead.
Hey, how much points without White State, W, and W Swish? What are you most looking forward to about the upcoming season?
Most looking forward to?
What do you think will be the biggest challenge going into the season? Yes, ma'am.
Probably just playing with a whole bunch of new faces. We have a. Oh, I'm like, grab the mic. Yeah, just playing with a whole bunch of different people. We have a lot of like assets that we're coming to the court with. We have a lot of people that's hungry. So just putting all that together and just seeing it, in full effect.
Thank you.
Listening.
Woo!
The raise hand function will get to you, but we will start off in person.
Being one of the returning parties, what's it like with all those new people and new things, everything going on?
It's a lot of great energy. I love my new teammates. Like, everybody wants to be here. Everybody's excited to be here and buy into what Chris and the rest of the coaching staff has to offer us.
What's your take on Chris so far? First time head coach. I mean, I know he's been around, but what's your take?
I love him. What he's trying to implement into the Dallas Wings. I love our offense, defense. He's very attention to detail and specific. So love that about him.
How was your offseason?
My offseason was great. Rested, went overseas for a month in November, came back home, rested. When I say rested, I was still working out, but I was rested. But then I went back for another month in, March. So yeah, it was pretty chill offseason.
What's one thing people do not know about you?
One thing that people don't know about me, I'm very outgoing. I feel like a lot of people be like, oh, I'm just real moody, mean, but I'm really not. I'm really the life of the party. Get to know me, guys. Relax on me just a little bit. Okay.
Can confirm.
Yeah, right.
What's it been like just being a part of all of the new developments that have been going on in this organization?
It's a special thing because not too many people, can embark on that journey. And it's just picking everyone's brain because everyone's coming from somewhere different. And it's just putting all that together and everybody's just throwing ideas and oh, we like that, we don't like that. And I just think that it gives just the open for change and growth.
What are some of your goals this season, and what's one element of your post game that you've worked on?
What I worked on is outside shooting, shooting off the block, catching off the block, facilitating up top. That's kind of our offense. I don't know if I should say that, but oh well, y'all can get ready. But yeah, my goal is we're gonna keep that personal because you never know who put on your downfall. So y'all need to know that.
Talk about the sisterhood you have with Baylor, the Baylor players on the team. Just how you guys.
The Baylor players, I love them to my core. They're fun, they're energetic. I love them and what they bring to the game. I feel on the court, we move so well together, super fast, and they also we just gel super fast as well. Because sometimes you bring a whole new team in, it's just it's hard to gel. But I feel we're doing that right now in training camp, and I feel that's gonna be special throughout our season this year.
What were some of your workouts? You looking very lean this kind of season.
Some of my workouts, I got up and after it a little bit. But mainly it was my strength coach and going to Pilates, hotties, y'all know. You gotta get into the Pilates.
Was there
so,
a certain diet or anything, or just anything like that?
No, because I've always been clean, but literally it was just the Pilates and lifting more with Preston. So shout out to Preston when you see this video.
Yeah. How do you see your presence in the paint helping the Wings defense this season?
It's what I've always done, since I've been here, so I just feel I need to step it up a little bit more. I have high expectations of myself, I don't really care about everybody else, but for me personally, I just feel I gotta step it up a little more on defense, but defense is what I do. I like being a rim protector, being inside, being a force to be reckoned with, so, yeah.
What are your thoughts about Paige Bueckers so far?
Love Paige. She's so, just down to earth, warm-hearted. So yeah, love being around her. She's already a rookie that's trying to get in my pocket. She's literally trying to find me anytime I pass the ball out from the paint. So if y'all see me shooting anything in the paint, just know Paige is not getting none of my money. And when you see this, I'm telling you now, I'm not getting none of my money. Yeah.
What's impressed you most about this rookie class through training camp so far?
Just their will to just like keep like wanting to get better each and every day, and it's like they're always trying to learn. They're always like asking questions, like, and they're like super locked in, like focused. Like some rookies, like they sit in the back, like they don't want to get in the drills. Like our rookies, like they're out there on the floor trying to be the first ones out there, trying to learn, like always trying to like perfect their game each and every day, and also like find their foot in this league.
As a rim protector, what do you like about the potential of this group defensively, just from the new pieces that are added, and just how it's come together so far?
I think because I know my guards are going to get after it on the perimeter, so I have to do my job and get after it on the inside. So it's like if they're locking down on the perimeter, I have to lock down the paint. Like that's just bottom line. Like, yeah.